Well, the research was actually commissioned by Tetley, and I've been looking at the results. But what they did was they actually asked 2,000 British workers, about what happens in the workplace. And essentially, what they found is that the tea break, which we sort of see as a great British institution, is actually on the decline. With a lot of people now feeling that if they're seen to be taking a break, they might be seen as a slacker or someone who's sort of skiving off work. And actually, a lot of people, about 75%. About 3/4 of the workers in London said that they're just too busy and they can't fit it in.
Do you buy that?
I think what I buy is that people are feeling under increased pressure. I think the danger with it is that people don't realise actually that they can be more productive if they take breaks throughout the day, and a lot of research has shown that. So, I don't buy that they are too busy, because actually if they prioritise taking short breaks, that can actually help them get more done, and of course look after their well-being as well.
Isn't it also, like you say, is to be seen to be working?
Yeah.
So is it a case of changing attitudes and culture in workplaces?
Yes.
To be slightly more favourable to stepping away from the screen, for example?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely key, and I think British bosses need to sort of pay attention to that they can do a lot to actually improve the workplace culture, to show that people are able to take a break. And it's really important actually to get up from your desk or away from whatever task or activity you're doing, to actually get a sort of mental and emotional break, as well as just the fluid intake, because a lot of people will go and get a drink and then sit back down and get on with whatever they're doing and think they're taking a break when they're not really.
And let's talk about the etiquette of getting a round of teasing. There was some research conducted on that, wasn't there?
Yes, well, what the research found was that we tend to fall into types of roles in the workplace. So you tend to get those who are the tea makers and those who are the tea takers, with some people who just never put the kettle on but are quite happy to drink all that goes round, and other people who are always the one putting the kettle on and sort of bringing everyone together. And what was found is that those people who are just always taking tea obviously get seen to be, not pulling their weight, they're not looking after their colleagues. But those people who are also the ones who are always making the tea can also get, sort of other people could get irritated, think of them as a bit of a busybody, and sometimes they want the opportunity to put the kettle on as well. So there are real social etiquettes around it in the workplace, yeah.
So what's the best advice then? If you're currently a Londoner who's chained to their desk, who doesn't get a tea break at all, what can people do?
Well, the first thing is to get up from your desk. That's as simple as that. You get up from the desk, go and prioritise a break. It doesn't have to be long. Stretch your legs, go and put the kettle on. The second thing is bosses in the London area, make it acceptable. Put the kettle on yourself to show that it's okay to do that. Maybe put a list up, near the kettle or in the kitchen of everybody's names and how they like their tea. Basically start to introduce a break-taking culture. That's the best way. Small changes at first, but just make sure that you prioritise it and understand that you're not just sort of, prioritising your well-being, you're actually looking after your productivity too.
Okay.